up till here, and then they what? Go on the side, and then someone else comes and they do Shanka, and then someone else comes, and then someone else comes, and you understand? So what is it? Each place someone is appointed. You are appointed to stand here. Your job is from here to here. After that, don't come. You know? So each one, like, this is exactly how it happens, you know. So you don't have to worry. Hey, what will happen if I go, if in middle of the night, if I have to go? Don't worry. There will be a night devata who will take you. Isn't that? There is a night devata. There is a day devata. There is a month devata. So if you go in this month, that month devata will take charge. So now what is explained over here? Let's see. It's such a wonderful thing. Said, Agnir Jyotir Ahashuklah.
Agnir Jyotirah Shuklaha
Shanmasa Uttarayanam.
Shanmasa Uttarayanam
Tatra Prayata Gachanti.
Tatra Prayata Gachanti
Brahma Brahma Vido Janaha.
Brahma Brahma Vido Janaha
Dhumo Ratristatha Krishnaha.
Dhumo Ratristatha Krishnaha
Shanmasa Dakshinayanam.
Shanmasa Dakshinayanam
Tatra Chandramasam Jyotihi.
Tatra Chandramasam Jyotihi
Yogi Prapya Nivartate.
Yogi Prapya Nivartate
Shukla Krishne Gatihyete.
Shukla Krishna Iti Gyete
Jagata Shashvate Mate.
Jagata Shashvate Mate
Ekaya Yatyana Vrittim.
Ekaya Yatyana Vrittim
Anyaya Vartate Punaha.
Anyaya Vartate Punaha
Naite Sriti Partha Janan.
Naite Srishti Partha Jajan
Yogi Muhyanti Kaschana.
Yogi Muhyati Kaschana
Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu.
Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu
Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna.
Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna.
Now they said that there are two paths. One that goes to Swargaloka and the other that goes to Brahmaloka. Swargaloka, heavenly abode. Brahmaloka, creation's abode. Creator's abode. Brahmaji's abode. Now, as I told you, Brahmaji's abode, highest standard of living ever possible. Highest. Now what happens when you go there? Who leads you? That says if you go in Uttarayanam. Uttarayanam is the 6 months, the bright 6 months of the year. Which is that? From 14th of January, mid-Jan to mid-July. Mid-June, sorry. 6 months. And then from mid-June to mid-Jan, it is the dark. Why? You know, it's winter time, the days are darker, the days are shorter, and it gets dark soon. So it is called Dakshinayana. Okay. So if you die in Agni, you know, when the bright, hot, this, Jyoti, when there is all, you know, clear skies and everything, Ahaha, daytime. Shukla Paksha, the bright fortnight. And Uttarayana, in this 6 months from Jan to this. And you have done all the karmas that make you fit to go to heavens. Then all these deities will be standing there, guiding you to that particular, what is it called? Brahmaloka. Idea is that these are the deities that will show you to the path to Brahmaloka. If I want to go to Swargaloka, then the other set of deities are waiting for you. Don't worry. Dhumro, Ratri, night, smoky, Krishna, so the dark fortnight from full moon to new moon, that's the dark fortnight. And Uttarayana from June to Jan, that part of the year, then they will lead you and take you to this. Now, I will give you, because when you talk all this language again, it becomes like, what is all this? We don't understand. Have you heard of Bhishmacharya? Bhishma in the Mahabharata war? The grandsire of Arjuna, Pitamaha, very, very great man. If you see the have you all seen the Mahabharata serial? I think it's one of the most wonderful serials. So the Mahabharata is there. Bhishmacharya was a powerful character of the Mahabharata. Now, Bhishmacharya, because of the great vow that he had taken of celibacy, and the selfless way in which he gave the kingdom away to his younger brother, he was given a boon by his own father that you can choose to die when you want to die. Ichha Marana. He was given this boon. So, when he was shot, the arrows were shot at him by Arjuna, and he was lying on the the bed of arrows. He did not give up his, life. He said, I am waiting for Uttarayana, the bright fortnight, the bright, 6 months of the year, and then I will leave my body. So he waited. And then when that time came, Bhagwan Krishna came in front of him, watching Krishna, right there in front of him. He said, this is the perfect and the ideal time for me to leave the body. And he left the body and he attained great, great noble, like this Brahmaloka, like that. Now, what is to be understood in this is more, let us say, because in this day and age, for us these things are very, very difficult. No one is wanting to go to Brahmaloka, no one is wanting to go to Swargaloka, no one understands all these devatas. So therefore, what we understand in this time, in this context, is there are some people who live such a noble and great life that their life is a spiritual life. Uttarayana is considered as the spiritual life. It is not that in the material world they are not prosperous or they are not this, but they are predominant. What is important in their life is the spiritual aspect. See, who is called a spiritual person and who is called a material person? Let's get that also straight, because many times we don't understand the difference. We just say that a person is rich, he is very material. Not at all like that. In your life, what is more important? Name, fame, money, power is more important, or the unseen is more important? If the unseen is more important than the seen, then you are a spiritual person. Have you understood that? And if the seen world alone, you may go to God 100 times and you may pray and you may do a lot of yatra and you may do a lot of puja, but for you, what is most important is only the seen, the material. The matter is only more important than you are a material person. You may be going to God temple every day, but still you are a material person. Have you understood the difference between the two? Yes? So material person also, a materialistic person also may believe in God. It's not that they don't believe, but their entire reason for going to God is only for what? Material gains, and that alone. Money, name, fame, power, wealth, comfort, pleasures, that's all. For them that is only important. Then that person is a material person. Is that clear? What is a material person? So therefore, a person who is spiritual, then what happens? We see that their life is different, their whole personality becomes very, very different. They are very alert. I have seen some people, when they are dying, they are always, their whole, sort of the personality just crumbles away, and as they grow older, they become more attached and more, they become complaining, and they're always crying, and they're always unhappy, and they are unhappy and make everyone else. And there are some people, in spite of all their health problems and all, they're always cheerful and they spread love to everyone. And is it true or not? Don't you see such differences of people? There are some who, they remain active. Their mind remains active even in spite of age and all that. And there are some who become more and more dull and this, and they get attached. The TV is everything for them and nothing but TV is. Is it true or not? There are many, many people, sometimes you feel so sad for them. That now you've reached an age, at least now think of something higher than only just eat, drink and be merry. Think of at least some, no. Till the last breath. Eat, drink, that's it. So, the dark path is that path. And if you walk on that path, then your end is not a very pleasant end. And the gati you go, the place you go is also not that. But the bright path you choose, you take a path which is of a spiritual nature, a noble nature, then the gati, then the place that you go to, the body that you attain is also of a noble type. That's the meaning as we understand it of this time. So there are two distinct paths available, the dark path and the bright path. We can choose, and with that we can attain whatever we want to attain. He said, Shukla Krishne Gati Hete. You can choose this material path to follow in life, and you can choose. And when you follow the spiritual path, don't think the material things will not come. If they have to come, they will follow you to the end of the world. I have seen people, I once went into a place in a cave. There's this Swami who lives there. And he's got this little caves, where people can stay. And he said, there were 2 or 3 of us. We said we will stay the night, to do satsang with you, so that we can, be with you for a little longer time. And he gave us unbelievable, rich, wonderful food. I said, Swamiji, how do you ever get this? Who brings this food to you in this remotest of remote? To reach there, it took hours. I said, you are sitting in this remote place. And he himself with his own, this he cooked for us. And what a spread he put in front of us. We thought, we would get some little something, And what a spread. I said, Swamiji, what is this? He says, someone brings it. It comes, I don't know where. Now, if you have to get something, you will get it in the Himalayan cave. You understand? And if you are not to get it and not to enjoy it, believe me, there are people I have met again, rich people, the most palatial houses possible, and they have every, like the best and best of food is cooked, but they have diabetes, blood pressure, this and that and all they are eating is a bowl of tablets. And all the rich food is eaten by the servants who are really good and strong. In their prarabdha, only bowl of tablets. With the chapati, you can't put ghee, you can't put this, you can't do this, you can't this. So if all the material this is going to come to you, it will come to you wherever you are. If it's not going to come, you go craving after it, begging or anything, it will run away from you. Have you understood? So one person who understands that, he seeks the higher, and what happens? He goes to a better gati. This is what is said, the very last verse of this chapter. Vedeshu yagneshu tapassu chaiva
Vedeshu yagneshu tapassu chaiva
daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam
Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam
atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva
Atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva
yogi param sthanam upaiti chadhyam.
Yogi param sthanam upaiti chadhyam.
Bhagavan Krishna says, Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Arjun, that is why after all this thing that I have told you, you please become a yogi. Become a Jnana yogi, Bhakti yogi, Hatha yogi, some yogi, but connect yourself with something higher and nobler in life. Don't lead a life which will lead you to the dark path and into sorrow more and more, dukkhalayam. Don't go to dukkhalayam. Choose a path which is noble and make your life noble. How? This is what is said, Vedeshu Yagneshu. So in your life have Vedas, knowledge of the scriptures, Yagnyas, the rituals or the spiritual practice which will keep you, connected to the higher, Tapassu, or austerities, meaning lead a simple living and high thinking. This is the principle with which you should live. And daneshu, whatever you have, share with others. If you keep doing like that, you will param sthanam upaiti. This is the last advice given to us. What should you do? Study the scriptures, know the truth, do satsang. Yagneshu, do spiritual practices. Tapassu, live a austere, simple life. Meaning simple living, high thinking. That's the whole idea. That's the lifestyle you should live. And what is it? Daneshu, share whatever you have with others. Be generous. Serve others. Share it with others. And if you live a life like that, atyeti sarvamidam, you shall in no time, what do you say? Be, atyeti means go beyond. Atyeti. Sarvamidam. All limitations you shall go beyond, and sthanam paramupaiti, you shall reach very, very great realms, high realms, supreme abode you shall attain. And with this ends the 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. In the end of the Bhagavad Gita, each chapter, there is something what is called Sankalpa Vakya. I will read that, please repeat it after me. Om Tat Sat.
Om Tat Sat.
Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su.
Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su.
Upanishatsu.
Upanishatsu.
Brahma Vidyayam.
Brahma Vidyayam.
Yoga Shastre.
Yoga Shastre.
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade.
Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade.
What is the name of the chapter? Taraka Brahma Yogo Nama.
Taraka Brahma Yogo Nama.
Akshara Brahma Yogo Nama.
Akshara Brahma Yogo Nama.
Ashtamo Dhyayah.
Ashtamo Dhyayah.
In some books it may be written Taraka Brahma, in some books it may be written what? Akshara Brahma. But most likely you have Akshara Brahma Yogo Nama. This Ashtamodhyayah. Ashtamaha means the 8th chapter thus ends. It started with Atha, ends with Iti. So Atha to Iti, there is a phrase, means from the beginning to the end. We have seen the 8th chapter. What is the 8th chapter? It ends with Om Tat Sat, the name of God. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su, in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Each chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is like an Upanishad. Upanishad Su. And what is the main topic of the Bhagavad Gita? Brahma Vidyayam. That this scripture gives the knowledge of the supreme truth. Brahma Vidyayam. Yoga Shastra, it isn't just talking all theoretical things, it also gives us practical ways in which to connect to this great knowledge. Yoga Shastra, what is it? It's a practical means of connecting to this knowledge. Yoga Shastra. And what is it? Samvade. It is a dialogue, a discourse between Krishna and Arjuna. Who is Krishna? Who is Arjuna? In the beginning I told you Arjuna is an individual soul and Krishna is the Lord himself. Jiva Ishvara. Arjuna is a disciple. Arjuna, Bhagwan Krishna is the Guru. It's a dialogue between a Guru and a Shishya about this great supreme knowledge. Samvade. What is the name of this chapter? Akshara Brahma Yoga, because the chapter talks about Akshara Brahma, and therefore Akshara Brahma Yoga Nama Ashtamo Dhyayah. The 8th chapter ends. What will we do from tomorrow? You know, nowadays we are in the Chinmay Vidyalaya, the ashram. So the children are preparing for their sports day, family day. So they do a lot of mark timer. I hear that all the time. And then, attention! When we were in school also, we had this sort of a thing. It was in the Saudhan, Vishram, like that they used to say. So, attention. So, then left, right, left, right, left, right. Then they used to say, stand at ease. Have you done all these things in school? And the last instruction given was fantastic. It used to be in Hindi, in our this. They used to say, last one, Vishram, and then they'll say, last word, Jaise the, as you were before. So from tomorrow what? Starting is all 7 days all alert, oh, come, let's go and listen and let's do this and oh yes. And as I'm talking, so many people must have thought so many things, I'll do this, from tomorrow I'm going to do this, I will do this, that. So many things. But then after that what happens? Jaise the, as you before. So from tomorrow what are you going to do? Again and again, take this opportunity. I went to someone's house for tea, and then they gave me a cup of tea, and then I was having it. It didn't taste, very sweet, and I said, I think you've forgotten to put sugar. Can you put some sugar? Oh, yes. Indian tea, you put everything together, and boil everything together. You don't. So then sugar. So they put some sugar and came. I thought they put, but when I tasted it again, it was bitter. I said, you put sugar, but what happened? You didn't put. Saying, of course we put, Swamiji. Then why is it tasting bitter? Swamiji, there's a spoon also given. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Oh, okay, now I understand. So 6 days, what did we do? Sugar is put in the cup. Now what are we supposed to do from tomorrow? Stir it. Then the taste becomes sweet, isn't it? Otherwise it remains the same, jaise the, as before. So we are supposed to do that from tomorrow. And you all are very fortunate because you've got so many opportunities, Satsang happens here all the time. Swamiji is taking Ramayana on, so many days now. They'll be announcing also. So you can keep, listening. I'm also doing on every Sunday a beautiful text called Forgive Me. So you all can come. Very opportunities are there. So if you want satsang, more and more satsang, and definitely